Our schools effective today are all shut.
Governor Murphy announced today that schools will stay closed for the rest of the academic year.
Today that we are announcing that all New Jersey school buildings will remain closed for in-person instruction.
Class of 2020 will not have many of the experiences they may have dreamed of.
Schools will be closed for the remainder of the school year. So where does that leave seniors?
Dear Class of 2020.
Dear Class of 2020.
Wow.
I wanted to share some thoughts with you. I had to write them down. I hope that's okay. So this is my note for you.
I thought about this a lot and of what would I say to you if you were here in the building and we were back in school like normal. I can tell you that I'm hurting.
Best of times, worst of times. Right now, yeah, we're kind of in those worst of times.
Probably heard that life isn't fair and it isn't easy.
I can't believe this is how we're sending you off.
It's not fair. It's not fair to you.
I know the opportunities that you didn't have are irreplaceable.
Opportunities to be together, to have fun together.
Dreams and the wonderful memories you were robbed of.
And right now is one of those times that no matter what words I choose, I don't know how they could make this any better.
I know when we were all starting out, it probably felt like these 4 years would take forever.
I am sure in September, this is not how you saw your year ending.
And not what you expected when you walked through those doors 4 years ago.
And I know that you're thinking, geez, I just wish I could have graduation.
And it's heartbreaking for that part of it. But I'm also saying that this class is resilient. This class has demonstrated leadership and character and inspiration.
We care about you. We've cared about you since you entered our building.
I miss all your smiling faces.
I'm so sorry you weren't able to finish the end of the school year being in the building, surrounded by your friends.
We do miss seeing you in the halls and having those conversations.
I'm sorry that your senior year is not what it turned out to be or what you had hoped it would be.
You're at that really interesting part of the book where things don't go as expected.
Life quickly teaches us that if we don't learn to bend, we may start to break. But trust me, there is nothing broken about any of you.
This current situation is not your fault, but it should be your incentive. Let this drive you to make the most of whatever situation you're in.
Because you are undoubtedly going to encounter situations in your life where you're going to need strength, where you're going to need patience.
And take these experiences that you've had over the last couple months, use them to your advantage.
When we closed on that day on March 13th, none of us anticipated that we would be closed for the remainder of the school year and our lives would be turned upside down.
I wish I'd had the opportunity to teach each of you, but I guess that's not exactly how high school works.
It's been a pleasure teaching each and every one of you.
And my only wish is that I was able to make even a small difference in your lives at some point along the way.
You're a fantastic group. Academically, some of the best.
Kids of ingenuity, kids who are going to change the world.
I want to say you guys were probably the most fun class to come through.
We always knew you were extraordinary. Unfortunately, we can't be together, and I wish that I'd soaked up my time with you a little bit more.
I have learned so much from all of you, so thank you. I appreciate it.
Life's brighter on the other side.
It doesn't make it any easier. It doesn't take away some of the frustrations.
Yet, graduate you will. You're better for not only enduring, but also for overcoming.
Instead of giving into fear, you kept working and loving and hoping.
What determines if a school year is good or not is the leadership and the character and the empathy of its senior class.
One thing that this should have proven is that you guys can persevere through anything.
High school is not just about these last few senior events. It's about
your athletic performances, your drama performances.
Fun trips like the whale watch, the band competition, fishing in the Florida Keys, and that time you got to go to New York City.
It's all the things, all of the lessons you've learned, both in and outside of the classroom.
Let those times define you, not this one.
So the best advice I can give you, class of 2020,
to condense it all down, is all those life lessons you learned in kindergarten. Be kind, share, be patient, hold hands, look out for each other.
Be brave enough to use your voice. Be brave enough to listen to your heart.
There is nothing you cannot do.
be the best that you can.
Follow what you're passionate about. Do what excites your curiosity.
Do what you love.
I know that you need at least one good deep belly laugh a day, but I also know that some days that's really hard to find.
Remember what Yoda says, do or do not. There is no try.
May you make new friends, but remember to keep your old ones.
Especially the connections that you made in your 4 years at High Point.
Remember all the pieces of the puzzle that made you into the amazing, unique person that you are.
And look back at this time and remember that not every day is good, but there's something good in every day.
Continue to make memories, and you will see all your classmates again at some point.
I challenge you moving forward to explore all those things that you thought you would never explore. The world has so much to offer, and I challenge you to be comfortable being uncomfortable.
My wish for you all is that you're able to find the silver linings, not just in difficult times like this, but in everyday life.
Please watch out for each other and love and forgive everybody. It's a good life. Enjoy it.
Anne Frank said, "How wonderful it is that nobody need wait a single moment before starting to improve the world."
You are strong and creative. You are adaptable and courageous.
Stay strong, stay safe.
Be bold, be fierce, be brave, be kind.
Whether it be college, military, career.
I know you'll do wonderfully.
And although your graduation is going to look different this year,
graduation won't be any less special for you because you made it and you did everything you needed to do to get there. And us, we'll be here at High Point watching you, cheering you on.
Your stories, they're just beginning, and I'm so happy that I got to be just a small part of them.
You'll always be part of the High Point family.
Think back on your time at High Point with fond memories.
And if you ever need any help, advice, a friend,
I am here.
Don't forget about us at High Point because we're still there.
Good luck in all your future endeavors, and make sure you stay in contact.
You were essential to a teacher's life, probably more than one. That he or she loved you and looked forward to you. That today, they miss your face, your quirky personality, your voice, or your humor.
I have learned something from each and every one of you.
Please stay in touch and visit me from time to time.
Please find me. I need to give you a big hug and some cheeky kisses and tell you how proud I am of you.
It has been such a pleasure. Now the fun part starts.
I know you're going to do great things.
But I want you to know this. I want you to know that I'm very proud of you. I want you to know that I love you very much. I want you to know that it's hard for us as well as hard for you. And I want you to know that you will go on and do great things.
The world is made up of many astonishing, breathtaking, and surprising stories. It's time to make yours.
Go make the world a better place, High Point.
I want you guys to bring that same energy and that same personality and that same kind of zest for life that you guys brought into our halls.
Your strength and resilience is what gives me hope for the future. So I'm optimistic because of you. You are our future, and we are counting on you.
Unless someone like you cares a whole lot, nothing will get better.
You've got the world at your fingertips.
There's no script for this.
You've got quite a story to tell.
So for every single senior, for each and every one of you who through these past 4 years has become a part of our lives and our memories.
Enjoy your journey. Try not to focus solely on your destination.
Don't forget where you came from and the lessons you've learned.
I can't wait to hear about all your adventures, what you choose to stand up for, and the forest you choose to grow.
Once a wildcat, always a wildcat.
Behind you all your memories, before you all your dreams, around you all who love you, within you all you need.
I love you so much.
May the force be with you.
May all your dreams come true.
Congratulations, High Point class of 2020.
I'm gonna miss you guys. And I can't wait to see what you bring to the world.
Here's to your great 4 years, and here's to all those great times you're gonna have in the future.
We send you on your way, just like this. We end with love. Love always, High Point. Love always, High Point.
Hi, I'm U.S. Senator Cory Booker from the great state, our great state of New Jersey. It is such an honor to give a few words to the graduates, but first to everyone in the high school who worked so hard, from teachers and staff to administration, and even those people who worked in the lunchrooms or did the custodial services. Everybody worked together to make this day possible. And the graduates, your guts, your grit, your hard work, and your sacrifice, that is all to be congratulated and celebrated. I'm truly proud of you. You collectively have made us even more so Jersey strong. So class of 2020, this is not the graduation experience that you wanted or you invited. And I've learned in my life that in many ways you can't control circumstances. You can't control what happens to you, but you can control your response. There's a great author named Viktor Frankl who wrote a book about surviving the Holocaust. And he said that the last of the great human freedoms is to choose your attitude in any given set of circumstances. And he says there's always a choice. Every day, every hour, he says you're offered a decision, that between stimulus and response, that's your power. It's a decision, he wrote, that's going to determine whether you submit to the powers around you which threaten to rob you of your dignity and your worth, or do you manifest that great freedom that can never be stripped from you, which is to show up. To me, that is a challenge. Life is not about a destination. It's where you are every day, what you're bringing, what spirit do you choose to bring into the world. Look, when Hurricane Sandy was coming in, I was the mayor of New Jersey's largest city, the mayor of Newark, and I was out in the storm just as it was impacting, surveying the whole city, driving around as best I could in a command vehicle, being blown from side to side. And I'll never forget, I get this call. It always starts with a funny question. It's an operator that says, "Hello, this is the White House operator. Would you hold for the President of the United States?" And it's always funny to me because who says no to that? And I go, yes. And next thing you know, I'm talking to Barack Obama, who is checking in on me. It was an incredible conversation, connecting as a storm is hitting the coast of the United States of America. This president was checking in on a mayor. We had a good conversation. As soon as I hang up on him, almost as if it was timed, my cell phone rings again, and now it's the governor of the state of New Jersey, Chris Christie. Again, a moment of human contact. He was checking in on me and the city of Newark. We had another good, heartfelt conversation, and as soon as I hung up with him, amazed that I had just talked to the President of the United States and the governor of the state of New Jersey, I'm coming up a hill, and there in the wind and the rain, I see these telephone poles that had come down, live wires, and then I make out a guy standing out there in a yellow slicker with a floodlight waving frantically. I was surprised and almost a little upset that somebody would be out in this storm and not home, and I rolled up on him, rolled down the window immediately, so it was an elderly man, and I said to him, "What are you doing out here, sir?" And he looks at me almost bothered by the question. He goes, "There are live telephone wires, live wires all over. I'm here because I'm going to make sure that none of my neighbors or nobody comes along these wires and gets hurt." In that moment, I realized, 15 minutes I talked to the President of the United States, the governor of the state of New Jersey. Heck, I was the mayor of the city. But the greatest person in that 15 minutes that I talked to was the man on the hill, showing up, standing strong in a storm for others that he didn't even know. He didn't control the circumstances. He didn't control the size and strength of that storm, but he defined a truth that is so powerful that the greatest of all human energies you can show up with, you can choose, is kindness, is decency, and love. And often people think love is sentimentality. No, it's service, sacrifice. It's being there for others. Class of 2020, you are going to go on and do amazing things, achieve great positions, titles in your life, but those will never define who you are. You do daily. Life is not about a destination, it's what you bring to the journey, and I hope you bring your power of love. That's what this world needs right now. It needs light workers in darkness. It needs kindness in a time of too much meanness. It needs unifiers in a time of too much division, and that's not seen best in the grand acts and the grand gestures, but the daily decisions we make. Don't underestimate your power. Use it every day to make a difference in this world that so needs you. Thank you, class of 2020, and God bless you.
Hi everyone, it's Congressman Josh Gottheimer, congratulations to the graduating class of 2020. I couldn't be more proud of you and more honored to be with you and your friends and your family today to join in this very special occasion, very hard-earned. And you've accomplished so much so far, from curious freshmen to high school graduates ready to take on the world. And we know that you'll continue to do great things in the year ahead. So we join all of you in saying how extremely, extremely proud we are of you and what you've given back to the community and to your school. I know today's a different kind of celebration, but you have so much to be thankful for and a great deal to look forward to. And I'm looking forward to watching from the sidelines. Please take your perseverance and talent with you as you go on to your next steps. We'll always be there to support you along the way. Again, congratulations. I know you'll continue to make North Jersey proud. Thanks, and God bless to you and your family.
To the graduating class of 2020, I just want to say congratulations. You are going to be the most talked about graduating class of all time. So here's to giving them something good to talk about. And as you enter the real world that's about to get really weird, I don't want you to forget how much you've learned, how much you've experienced, and how much you've gone through to get to this point. And as you end your high school career, and I know that this isn't the end that some of you have hoped for, some of you just can't wait for this to be over, and some of you are just going to TikTok your way into adulthood, I just want you to know this, that you have not only what it takes to make it in this world, but to make it better. You are the youngest generation of leaders. You're the youngest generation of change makers. You're the youngest generation of do-gooders, and you have continued to show up for each other time and time again. So whether next year you're taking a gap year, you're headed off to college, you're going to serve our country, you're going to chase your career path, or you're still just trying to figure it out, know this, you're not done. This isn't the end. You may have had to hit pause on your plans, but that doesn't mean that you have to hit pause on your purpose, because the world needs you to unlock your talents. We need you to solve these really big problems. We need you to have the courage to stand up for each other. We need you to have heart for the people who right now are struggling in a big way. So to the class of 2020, I just want to say this. It's your time. You're ready. And when you officially get let loose, get after it. Go find your thing and chase your curiosities.
What's up, High Point? Nick Boyle here, former HP graduate, current Baltimore Raven. Just wanted to say hi and wish you guys the best of luck in your future. Job well done in graduating during this pandemic, during this hard time. Hats off to your perseverance, hard work, and dedication. I know you guys will go out to do great things. Congratulations.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's first gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars to the perilous fight o'er the ramparts re-washed were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and home of the brave?
Good evening to all the students, administrators, faculty, parents, friends, and family who are present. My name is Bonnie Dong, and I would like to welcome you all to the graduation ceremony for the class of 2020. It is a tremendous honor being able to stand before you all today, representing a class filled with such passion for their individual beliefs and talents, such empathy for their peers and others around them, and such curiosity for what the future holds for them. All right, let's just get the elephant in the room over with. Our senior year went absolutely nothing like the way we had imagined it. If you had told me a year ago that a global virus was going to plague the entire world and quarantine everyone away from each other, I would have laughed it right off as a mere joke. But then again, anything can happen. And here we are today, sitting right in the middle of the unimaginable. However, we cannot let this epidemic define us. This coronavirus may be what the entire world is talking about right this second, but it is not what our entire experience throughout our 4 years of high school consisted of. Yes, we were robbed from our spring sporting events, our spring musical, our senior dinner cruise, and the rest of what our senior year had to offer. But all of those other moments that embody our entire high school experience at High Point as a whole, well, those are already stored away in our everlasting memories, picture-perfect pictures, and endless stories that we share with the very people that we are graduating today with. And nothing, no person, and certainly no global epidemic can ever steal those moments that we've already cherished together away from us. Today, we have all become graduates of High Point Regional High School. The home of the Wildcats will also become the home of future doctors and nurses, future engineers and lawyers, musicians and artists, and businessmen and politicians. Every one of us has had our individual experience here at High Point, whether it be a mix of good and bad times, times of joy, times of laughter, times of stress, and who could forget the impeccable times of last-minute studying for the tests that we have forgotten about? What can I say? Teenagers and their procrastination skills. Am I right? As we all gather here today to celebrate all of our triumphs and achievements, I could not be more proud of the class that we have created. We are hardworking and passionate. Before me, there are athletes who broke their way through school records and set incredible standards for incoming underclassmen to strive for. There are scientists who use their power of math and technology to brainstorm useful innovations for the future. There are artists who bless our environment with not only bright colors and skillful artwork, but through the graceful singing and instruments as well. We are compassionate. We have worked together to donate food cans to our local food pantries, volunteered our times to organizations within our community, and lend a helping hand or words of advice to our fellow peers during struggling times. But most importantly, we are friends. Not only have we gone to school together for the past 4 years, but we've danced like crazy together under the blinding strobe lights at prom, homecoming, and senior formal. So before we all part our ways to go our new paths towards new memories and people, I encourage you all to remember our times with each other and cherish the friendships that we've already developed. During your time at High Point, I hope that you have discovered a passion that you will continue to explore. I hope that you have found a person who has made an impact on your life, whether it be big or small. Do not forget to thank the people who have supported you, guided you, and inspired you through these last 4 years at High Point. We have had an amazing variety of teachers, coaches, counselors, administrators, and other members of the faculty who have pushed us to pursue our interests and helped us whenever we needed it. Of course, we would not be the people who we are today without the endless love, support, and motivation to accomplish great things from our parents and our loved ones. On behalf of my fellow graduates, I would like to thank you all for every wonderful thing that you have done for us. As we leave high school, we will encounter countless new opportunities and choices that we are now in charge of. If there is one piece of advice I can give you, it is this. Discover what it is that you truly want to explore in life. And when you do, work your hardest to achieve that ultimate goal that you seek. Never stop learning because knowledge is the strongest skill to obtain down the path to your own success. Someone once told me a quote by Daniel Milstein. You never know what you get what you wish for, but rather, you get what you work for. Commit yourself to achieving every goal that you choose to pursue. Commit yourself to starting strong and then finishing stronger. I wish you all the best of luck in your future endeavors. Thank you, and a huge congratulations to the High Point Regional High School Class of 2020.
When Mr. Talame first told me that I had to give this speech and that it had to be about memories, he probably was expecting me to stand up here and talk about the good times we had at prom, the nights we spent cheering at football games, or the weeks we spent celebrating a variety of spirit activities. But if you know me at all, you know that the second someone tells me to do one thing, to act one way, or to think a certain thing, I will be way more inclined to do the exact opposite. I call it courage. My mom just calls me stubborn. Either way, Mr. Talame, I'm sorry, but I can't bring myself to stand up here and perpetuate the glorified memories that only mean as much as the cost of your dress or the score of a game. Instead, this speech is about a different kind of memory, one that we will all share one day when it lives on in the pages of the history books. And I know where this sounds like it's going, but this isn't a speech about the coronavirus, or the memories of tragedy and fear and pain that we've all been forced to endure. No, I'm not talking about the coronavirus, because it's not the memory that will define our generation. It can't be, because the one I see on the horizon is one that has been in the making, fighting for its place in history and in our hearts for hundreds of years. And it's one that is finally starting to catch on. I want to talk about this memory in the making, but first I must digress. I first need to talk about a virus, a new one that is far more infectious and completely unpreventable. Unlike the coronavirus, this new outbreak will not rear an ugly head with symptoms of fear and panic, but it will cause just as much, if not more, change in the way we live, and especially in the way we will think. It's been around for a while, but for the most part, it's laid dormant, subdued by the day-to-day distractions of society, like waiting in the long lines at the supermarket and cursing out traffic that makes us late to work. But with the coronavirus on March 13th, these distractions came to a screeching halt, and the conditions for an even more powerful outbreak were optimized. Today, cases of this new virus are spreading faster than ever, and I've got news for you. Scrubbing your hands under soap and hot water won't wash it away. This virus goes by a name that we've all heard before, but that we seldom see. Its name is shared with that of our own, as we, as humans, are both the host and the keeper of its fate. This new virus is powerful. It is unstoppable. This virus is called humanity. And I know I keep calling it a new virus as if it's only just been discovered, but the truth is that it was born with and will eventually die with humankind. The problem is, as I mentioned before, that our comfortable day-to-day lives are enough to keep us busy with distractions. And contracting this virus would mean a disruption in this comfortable cycle that is our ignorance. For as long as we choose to remain immune to our humanity, we also remain ignorant and immune to injustice. And for a long time throughout history, we've chosen the latter. In the 1800s, we used shackles and chains and retained our immunity by calling our actions as our right to property. 100 years later, we used keep out signs and fences and called it order. Not 50 years later, we used legislature and called it a war on drugs. Now here we are, so afraid to be infected by a virus of change because we are afraid to let it rule our minds and our hearts that would undoubtedly be so riveted by pain when we see the way we've treated each other for so long. But we can't be turned away from this. We can't be fooled by the facade of immunity that has dictated our history. We can't be afraid to be infected with a passion for reform, especially when we are not and never have been alone in our sickness. From Rosa Parks to Mahatma Gandhi, Dr. King, Angela Davis, Nelson Mandela, and Malala, all of these leaders and so many more have told us again and again to rally behind the pandemic of humanity. For too long, we've washed our hands in an ignorance and solidarity to remain immune and complacent. But, as the legendary Bob Dylan once said, the times are a-changin'. Just turn on the news and you'll see what I mean. The leaders of history have been resurrected, along with an outbreak of humanity. Turn on your TVs and radios, read the paper or a Twitter thread, and better yet, open your eyes and you'll see what I do. I see people who dream of justice, people who long for peace, and people who yearn to be together. I see people who sacrifice their health and safety every day to take care of others. I see people trading comfort and vanity to breathe hot air and endure sores behind their ears if it means they can keep everyone safe and healthy. And I see people breaking silence and stigma to put their safety aside if it means they can bring justice and equality all the same. Call it compassion, selflessness, or empathy. But this pandemic of humanity is only at its beginning, and the curve isn't flattening anytime soon. So graduates, beware, because as we go on with memories of dances and football games in the back of our minds, we are about to be swept up by a current of infection that will define how our kids and their kids and the kids after that remember us. We will live in their memory as the generation that survived the coronavirus so we could catch a case of humanity. And yeah, maybe we never got to make memories of a senior trip, and we never got to play the last game, and we weren't granted the satisfaction of saying goodbye to our friends or teachers or even closing our lockers one last time. But as we sat still and alone in our homes, we got a chance to look inward and reckon with our past wrongdoings. We kept our bodies quarantined from coronavirus, but our hearts and our minds were open to the power of humanity. What was once a temporary isolation has manifested into the beginnings of an era of unparalleled strength and unparalleled unity. So, to the class of 2020, as we move forward, I urge you, be passionate, make your own path, be bold, be assertive, be stubborn, and embrace this new wave of infectious goodness, because no matter how hard you try to wash it away, I promise you, it's not going to. Let humanity infect you, and together let's make memories of unity, justice, and equality, because it's long overdue. Thank you.
Good morning, High Point. Today is a C-Day. Congratulations, class of 2020. You finished high school. Our time at High Point is over, and it's time to move on, out into the world. To be perfectly candid, I don't know what these next few months are going to look like. The class of 2020 was born in the wake of 9/11 and is graduating during the most turbulent year any of us have ever lived through. We're not even halfway through 2020, and already this is going to be the craziest chapter future generations are ever going to learn about in history class. I wish I could offer words of comfort. I wish I could tell you when this is all going to be over, or that tomorrow we'll wake up and this has all been a bad dream. But I can't. And I'm not going to pretend to know when this is all going to end. The future has never been so unclear before to me. What I can say is this. There is a light at the end of every tunnel. The world has gone through so much evil, so much sickness, so much conflict in our history. World wars, the Black Death, threat of nuclear annihilation, but by God's grace we've gotten through them. Our country has weathered storms like these before. These events won't last forever, and right now, moving forward, we have an incredible opportunity to do the right thing, to show kindness and love, to be servants of others, to promote justice and humility, and to consider others more important than ourselves, to help and to protect the most vulnerable in our society. How? In our words, in how we treat others, in what we say on social media. We don't need to go on a crusade. It can be as simple as supporting a local business that's taken a hit during this time. With graduating, we're taking a big step towards adulthood. Most of us will be leaving this safety bubble we call Sussex County and going out to all parts and even outside our country. I encourage all of you to do what you can, no matter how small. The sooner we can all work towards a common goal, the sooner this will all be over. How long will that take? I don't know, but it's a step in the right direction. So chin up. The storm will pass. We're not going to be stuck inside forever. There is hope. Going forward with God's help, we'll get through this. There's a proverb that says, where there is no vision, the people perish. We're the class of 2020, the class with a vision, right? We have the power to do the right thing, the power to prove that despite turbulent times, character is king, and that integrity can inspire others. With great power comes great responsibility. The future is in our own hands. What are you going to do about it? I wish you all the best of circumstances in all that you pursue, and that you'll take every opportunity you have to do the right thing. Have a great day, High Point. And hey, there's only 190 days till Christmas. I'll see you guys later.
Greetings to the High Point Regional High School, class of 2020. Welcome to all parents, family, and friends, welcome to my fellow board members, superintendent, administration, faculty, and staff. I'm Wayne Dunn, and I'm a board member here at High Point, and it is my absolute pleasure to have the opportunity to address this class of graduating seniors. My sincere hope is that I can offer just a few words, some of which might actually stick with you beyond the end of my speech. See, I have the luxury of knowing that this is recorded and that you can re-watch this over and over again well into the future. Yet likewise, you might just choose to fast forward through it then too. So I'm humble enough to know that you've got much more important things on your mind right now than listening to some boring old guy that you probably don't even know lecture you about what you should and shouldn't do for the rest of your lives. But I ask you to please humor me for just a few moments. See, one of the obligatory portions of these speeches is that all adults are required to offer some lines of advice to our aspiring youth, and I hear that it's just bad luck not to follow tradition. You will hear far more significant and moving lines from others today, so I'll just suggest what I think is some practical advice for you to take with you as you may. Go fishing sometime, somewhere. Catch a fish, doesn't matter what size. If you get nothing else from it, it will help you learn patience, and it's a heck of a lot better than golf for that. Learn how to deal with the ones that get away. And by that, I'm talking about more than just fishing. Learn how to eat with chopsticks. I'm serious. And if you already know how, perhaps learn the proper use of a knife and fork. Sure wouldn't hurt to set a table every now and then so you know where they're all supposed to go. Don't take this wrong, but some of you will be waiting tables at least for a little while in your futures, and that just might come in handy to know then. Pick up a secondhand guitar and teach yourself a few basic chords. Maybe sit down at a piano and learn a scale or two. Personally, I prefer the harmonica. It's more portable. See, music is one of those comforts that you can always carry with you, even if you forget your AirPods. Run a race at least once. Maybe it's a 5K or perhaps even a half marathon. Push yourself, train hard. It will hurt sometimes. You will want to quit often. But that feeling when you cross the finish line is like something that you seldom find anywhere else. Travel as widely and as frequently as your means allow. See the sights, take in the incredible landscapes and architecture that our world has to offer. But more important than anything else, talk to the locals. Always try to imagine what life is like for that individual. It is the truest way to appreciate other cultures. Volunteer and give your time freely. Some of the most rewarding experiences in life come from those hours that you work the hardest and you don't get paid for them. You may be surprised by how many lives you can touch in this way. And who knows, you might just open some doors for yourself in the process. Never, ever stop learning. Some of you may think that you're done being taught how to do things now that you've graduated high school. I'm willing to bet that your future spouses and or children will make you think differently about that. Class of 2020, yours, by some cruel stroke of fate, is the prospect of graduating high school and moving on from this time and place without the proper sense of ceremony and closure. I have witnessed within my own family the anxiety, the anger, and the tears caused by a situation that is not of your own making. yet disproportionately caused you all suffering. I sincerely wish that you all now seek to find your own place in this world and are able to focus more so on what it is you have gained in the past 4 years rather than what you may not have experienced together in the past few months. I would like to close by thanking my community for allowing me to serve them, our board president for allowing me to address you in his stead, and all of you for listening so kindly. I would also like to graciously thank each and every member of High Point's administration, faculty, and staff for their roles in helping prepare this group of resilient young adults for the futures that they now wade into head first. And finally, I'd like to thank you, the entire High Point Regional High School class of 2020, for showing us all what it truly means to persevere. May your strength be a lesson to us all, always. Thank you.
Rise, O fathers, rise, let's go meet them in the skies. We will hear the angels singing in that morning. Oh, I really do believe that just before the end of time, we will hear the angels singing in that morning. Rise, O fathers, rise, let's go meet them in the skies. We will hear the angels singing in that morning. Oh, I really do believe that just before the end of time, we will hear the angels singing in that morning. No time to tarry here, no time to wait for you, no time to tarry here, for I'm on my journey home. No time to tarry here, no time to wait for you, no time to tarry here, for I'm on my journey home. Brothers, all very well. Brothers, all very well. Brothers, all very well. For I'm on my journey home. Sisters, all very well. Sisters, all very well. Sisters, all very well. For I'm on my journey. Journey home, journey home. We will hear my singing in that morning. Journey home, journey home.
Good evening. Welcome to the class of 2020 graduation. A special thank you to members of our Board of Education, Dr. Ripley, fellow administrators, faculty members, honored guests, and most importantly, the class of 2020 and their family and friends. As a culminating activity, graduation truly is a team effort. This beautiful ceremony would not be possible without my administrative assistant, Mrs. Brummel, the video creation and editing by Mr. Fenlon, and the support of the custodial, grounds, and maintenance staff. Congratulations to our parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, and all their family members. There are so many mixed emotions and uncertainties today as we close one chapter and your sons and daughters prepare to embark on another one. Congratulations to our retiring staff, Mrs. Fasano, Mrs. Havens, Mrs. Jackson, Mr. Kappelmeyer, Mrs. Strope, Mrs. Wilson, and Mrs. Guerrero. We wish you the best of luck in your next chapter. Congratulations to our staff for another successful graduating class. You have played such an important role in the lives of this class. You were asked to transform your teaching in a matter of moments and adjust it on a constant basis as the world stood still around us. You showed them kindness, compassion, and dedication every day, and I am honored to walk alongside all of you. Thank you. To the class of 2020, as we look across our nation, we see racial tensions and divisions, hate, anger, frustrations, sorrow, confusion, and a lot of hurt. Education needs to be a pivotal piece of our unity, healing, and tolerance. We need to be more intentional about our discussions on the racial inequalities that exist and continue to help you develop the ability to stand for what you believe in and affect change with your voice. I'm so proud of many of you who have stood up for positive change and have done it with kindness, compassion, and respect. So I've contemplated for many hours and days what message to say to the class of 2020. I decided doing a quick Google search would be helpful, but quickly saw that John Krasinski, Hindsight 2020, tomfoolery, and thousands of other YouTube videos, vlogs, Instagrams, TikTok messages had already been shared, and everyone was finding a new platform for their voice during the COVID-19 pandemic. It seemed like everything had already been said, and it was great to see and hear so many class of 2020 messages from around the world. But for a few moments, what could I share with our Wildcat family? We started in September in the auditorium and envisioned what graduation would look like 10 short months from then, and it surely was not like this. In November, you danced the night away at the senior formal. In the winter, we delivered presents and joy to Tilly's kids. We filled the bus, sang carols together, raised thousands of dollars for cancer awareness, and celebrated team state championships. But in March, all of our worlds got turned upside down. Although I can't give you back the Wizard of Oz, your spring sports season, recognition banquets and dinners, the senior dinner cruise and trip, yearbook signings, or just hanging with your friends during lunch, I can tell you what I saw from all of you throughout those challenges. Since March, you've heard me say in our video messages, we are in this together. Keep rowing. We're all in a boat, but we are not in the same boat. It is not going to rain forever, although I gotta tell you, at a point there in April, I thought that it would. Stop trying to calm the storm. Just try calming yourself. I needed to hear this on several days. Focus on the tree in front of you, not the whole forest, and keep chopping wood. Maybe those words encouraged you, supported you, frustrated you, or were empty to you. But I've said all along, class of 2020, it was all of you who have been inspiring us along this uncharted journey. Seeing you juggle online home instruction, multiple jobs, and helping take care of siblings at home. Your weekly and daily vlogs, positive social media messages and quotes, and daily postings of school information. Showing compassion and gratitude to healthcare workers, essential workers, or just your neighbor. Visiting a college virtually, or sitting at computers, taking your AP test online. But most importantly, I've seen you leaning on each other, supporting each other, and staying connected to each other. All when the world became disconnected for a short while. There is no doubt that the last 4 months, this class missed out on many senior year experiences. But there's also no doubt this class has developed grit, resilience, and determination that will lead you through the uncharted journey we call life. Although it may be unimaginable right now, there will come a time in your life where you draw from the experience you're living right now. You reflect back on these hardships, these frustrations, and growth, and realize that many of the what-ifs we're all asking right now have been answered. I know after speaking to many of you when we delivered your caps and gowns that the sadness remains. But you're ready. You're ready to turn the page and write the next chapter in college, your career, or the military. You are ready, and the world is going to be a much better place because of the positive impact you will have on it. I would like to conclude with a quote by English novelist Zadie Smith. Walk down these crowded streets with a smile on your face. Be thankful you get to walk so close to other humans. Class of 2020, I love you. I miss you. I am so proud of who you are. May God bless you.
Good evening, students, families, staff, and community. Congratulations to each one of you for your having overcome and endured, for having achieved and excelled, for having grown and matured. Today we find ourselves meeting under circumstances formerly unimagined. Our stable, happy, secure community once seemed so separate from the outside world. I could speak of High Point in the manner Shakespeare once spoke of England as a blessed plot, this fortress built by nature for herself against infection and the hand of war, this happy breed of men, this little world. However, that which once separated us from that world is far less evident today. Rather than proms and graduation celebrations, we now focus on global health matters and searching for how best to express empathy to our neighbor. How do we navigate a world in which we cannot physically touch one another, and yet we are desperate to touch each other's soul and spirit? No other person has or will ever share your life experience. We can only share ourselves with others through empathy, trust, and faith. We edify and uplift each other and ourselves when we are able to empathize with each other's dreams, hopes, fears, pain, and suffering, with each other's life experience. It is how we engage our own families. Perhaps we each might have the opportunity to change the world by engaging the human family in such a manner. Love never fails. And so I wish you peace in a world seemingly devoid of peace. I wish you joy in a world seemingly devoid of joy. Perhaps it would seem peace and joy are found in more ethereal rather than physical pursuits. I leave you with a quote from the great emancipator, Abraham Lincoln. In this sad world of ours, sorrow comes to all, and to the young, it comes with bitterest agony, because it takes them unawares. The older have learned to ever expect it. I am anxious to afford some alleviation of your present distress. Perfect relief is not possible, except with time. You cannot now realize that you will ever feel better. Is this not so? And yet it is a mistake. You are surely to be happy again. To know this, which is truly certain, will make you less miserable now. In spite of our unknown tomorrow, in spite of all that has been lost, in spite of the times, you are equipped, you are prepared, you are able. Your life still has specific and eternal meaning. Your life has purpose and joy. You are necessary. I wish each of you, with most compassion, a life of peace and joy. It is my sincerest hope that you have been blessed in some capacity for having experienced High Point as your alma mater. Remember that you are precious, beautiful, and deeply loved. Thank you and congratulations.
Layla Eliu. Alexandra Maria Barkan. Nicole Jan Barchat. Donald Bassani Jr. Bryce Gregory Becker. Daniel Thomas Benedict. Taylor Page Berry. Ethan Robert Billings. Zane Adam Birchenoff. Leah Jade Bischoff.
Isabella Sofia Blanco. Alexis Dolores Borowick. Robert Matthew Bortnick. Mitchell Joseph Bove.
Diana Eve Cadwell. Belle Lynn Caputo. Nikolai Lorenz Sabenko. Joseph Ryan Smaglia. Madison Nicole Civitan. Rebecca Ann Clark. Jonathan Andrew Coors. Skylar May Cole. Mark Joseph Conforth. Joseph Richard Conti. Reagan Elizabeth Cope. Trevor James Cox. Amanda Brooke Craig.
Magnus Keys DeWall. Megan Rose Denman. Christopher William Darren. Vivian Alyssa Diaz. Brandy Catherine DiCarlo. Connor Patrick Dolan. Joy Paula Domniski. Bonnie Dong. Matthew Ryan Duffy. Bryce Aaron Dunn. Julia Ann Dunn.
Lauren Nicole English. Troy Esposito. Joshua Miles Evans. Olivia Rose Fairweather. Cody James Feely. Joseph Colin Finnerty. Christina Laura Fiorita. Alexander Thornton Fletcher. Taylor Vaughn Flood Bender. Haley Darlene Flores. Alexander James Foster. Ryan Michael Freda. Landis Jacob French.
Julia Elizabeth Guerrera. Rachel Lee Gephardt. Brian Ashley Hanolis. Vanessa Gerbeshi. Colin Dale Gibson. Brittany May Gillis. Vincent Liam Gottheiner. Nicole Rose Griffiths. Taylor May Grisback. Griffin Brendan Guyry.
Paul Richard Hajtovic Jr. Dylan Thomas Halbig. Sarah Elizabeth Hamilton. Taryn Elizabeth Hardy. Crystal Ann Hayden. Mason Wayne Heedley. Brittany Nicole Hill. Sydney Hill. Madeline Jill Hodgins. William Charles Holder. Kaylee Susan Horlacher. Kendra Ann Howe. Tara Lynn Allie Hughes.
Samantha Irene Giotts. Samuel Josue Giotts. Benhart Joseph Keel. Juliet Faith Kiss. Ryan Nicholas Klein. Brianna Elizabeth Klinger. Kylie Paige Nip. Joseph James Koba.
Kevin Michael Labar. Alexis Fontaine Lake. Connor Patrick Lake. Kenneth Lambert III. Hannah Catherine Langan. Ava Margaret Langenbach. Clara Jane Lappert. Caitlin Sandra LaRue. Abigail Ann Leisure. Christian G. Lecha Alejandro. Madison Sue Caitlin Ledford. Sean Daniel Lewis. Devin Christopher Liebel. Madison Gabriella Lippincott. Michaela Sophia Lipsky. Cassidy Lynn Little. Amber Maria Lobo. Tyler Joseph Luce. Hannah Louise Lucy. Joshua Thomas Lukowski.
Hannah Diane Marsh. William Joseph Mason. Michael Joseph Masari. Krista Nicole Matthews. Andrew John Mazaway. Paige Madison McCarrick. Sarah Mackenzie McCullough. Iran Medina Castaneda. Jacqueline Therese Malone. Randy May Miley. Madeline Ann Miller. Luke Dwayne Manong. Marcus Bradley Morgan. Andrew Richard Morose. Samantha Alexandra Mullins. Jillian Nicole Mulvoy. Grace Jinghua Usili.
Renzo Nicholas Navia. Sean Peter Newmeyer. Taylor Kelly Nunley. Kayla Ann Honorevoli. Samuel J. Orr. Charlotte Rose Pagliaro. Samantha Ann Palmisano. Frank William Peer. Melanie Denise Perez. Robin Ann Platts. Jacob Miguel Portilla. Bridget Louise Post. Madison Rose Presti. Julie Patricia Prokop. Lindsay Brooke Polkstenis.
Daniel Antonio Ramos. Sarah Rose Ransom. Hannah Doris Ranzan. Cassidy Marie Rathbun. Haley Rose Reed. Caroline Angela Reese. Chassie Yvonne Richardson. Victoria Destiny Richardson. Nicholas James Ritwiger. Anthony Joseph Rowe. Michaela Rome. Drew August Rosendale. Eric Albert Rosendale. Nolan Stephen Rowan. Kyle Joseph Runo. Thomas Anthony Ruvo. Eden Patrick Ryan.
Rebecca Ann Sanderson. Kyla Renee Sarapucciello. Emmett John Sirocco. Svetlana Sach. Aaron Magdalene Schapper. Alyssa Lexon Schultz. Brianna Nicole Shum. Skylar Denise Seminuk. Olivia Molly Smith. Tristan Ray Snyder. Brody Aaron Snook. Isabella Rayanne So. PJ Soldano Jr. Joseph Richard Southard. Matthew Thomas Stellman. Paige Elizabeth Stewart. Hunter John Stonebridge. Walter Saran Strick.
Travis Henry Talame. William Robert Talmadge. Justine Nicole Toll. Nicholas Joseph Terranova. Amanda Thermidor. Cleveland Lloyd Thomas Jr. Zoe Lauren Tiger. Jordan Alicio Trinidad. Michael Alicio Trinidad. Kaylee Tunnel. Colton Paul Utter. Aaliyah Christine Valentin. Ariel Natasha Vajeo. Heidi Maria Vandenheuvel. Molly Frances Van Stone. Ryan Thomas Van Wingerden. Arius Rains Ventry. Tristan Michael Voiku.
Sadie Joyce Watson. Olivia Nicole Westling. Rosalie Francesca Wilson. Jesse David Wire. Michael James Whitty. Sarah Margaret Wittrian. Sarah Noel Woolry. Christopher Paul Wright. Caitlin Ray Wonder. Gwendolyn Iris Yaskovic. Kaylee Elizabeth Yuppa. Cara Michelle Zinner. Nicholas Paul Zoccoli.
By virtue of the power invested in me by the Board of Education as principal of High Point Regional High School, I certify that the graduates here today have successfully completed their graduation requirements as stipulated by High Point Regional High School and the New Jersey State Board of Education.
Ladies and gents, this is the moment you waited for. We're searching in the dark, your sweat soaking through the floor. Buried in your bones, there's an ache that you can't ignore. Taking your breath, stealing your mind, and all that was real is left behind. I close my eyes and I can see the world that's waiting up for me, that I call my own. Through the dark, through the door, through where no one's been before, but it feels like home. Take my hand, will you share this with me? 'Cause darling, without you, every night I lie in bed, brightest colors fill my head, a million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see, a million dreams is all it's gonna take. You know I want you, it's not a secret I try to hide. I know you want me, so don't keep saying our hands are tied. I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send a flood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. What if we rewrite the stars? Say you were meant to be mine. Nothing can keep us apart. You'll be the one I was meant to find. It's up to you, and it's up to me. No one can say what we get to be. So why don't we rewrite the stars? Maybe the world could be ours tonight. They can say it all sounds crazy.